Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Consoletronics, where today I take a trip down memory lane with a rail shooter classic and Sega Saturn launch title. A rather bumpy and perilous trip if my first go at this game in the best part of a decade is anything to go by. But as far as launch titles on any system go, few are as fondly remembered and held in as high regard as Panzer Dragoon. Now most people, when a new console is released, rush out and buy games because that's all that's available. With me, when I saw screenshots of this game before its UK release, I wanted it for two big reasons. First, it's a shoot 'em up, which ticks a lot of boxes by itself. Secondary, the cover artwork and game design was by the late, great French comic book artist and true visionary Jean-Gaston Girard, or better known by his pen name, Morbius. Now, as I mentioned, it has been a while since I played this game, so you're going to see in this video something which you have never seen before. You're going to see me play this game cold. That's right, no practice, I'm just going to jump straight in there. Warts and all gameplay this is. I'm going to play the entirety of the first level and defeat the boss. But I want to ask a question. Recently I've got quite a few new subscribers. Now, whether you're a fan of this channel and you've watched my videos before, whether you're first time watching it, you've just chanced across this video, I am thinking about doing proper gameplays, walkthroughs, playing an entire game from start to finish. And I wanted to know, what do you guys think? You want to see me play a game from beginning to end, all the way through? Obviously not in one great big video, I would break it up into parts, but it's one of those ideas I had. I thought I'd throw it out there, see what kind of feedback I get. Is there any interest in? Maybe you've got some suggestions for a game you'd like to see me play? Let me know. But back to Panzer Dragoon. Now obviously, being popular, being successful, it got the sequel treatment. Panzer Dragoon 2 continued more or less where this first game left off. Panzer Dragoon 3 would be a completely different animal. It was said at the time that the video game Grandia was Sega's answer to Final Fantasy VII. Fortunately, Grandia never saw the light of day outside of Japan on the Sega Saturn, instead it would get a PlayStation release in the West. But Panzer Dragoon Saga, the third game in this franchise, was, in my opinion, an RPG up there with any Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest game you care to mention. Awesome game. Incredibly, not necessarily the rarest game, but it's certainly uncommon. It's not a game you'll see released on Xbox Live or PlayStation Store or on the Wii. Apparently, Sega lost the code to Panzer Dragoon Saga, meaning a re-release is next to impossible. Now, I don't know how much truth there is in this rumour, but Panzer Dragoon Saga has now gone on to become one of the must-own titles for any serious Sega Saturn collector. I remember some UK magazine gave away Panzer Dragoon Saga spread over, 4 discs? Gave away the entirety of the first disc on a cover-mounted CD. Now that magazine, with the disc still attached, can fetch pretty penny. Now here you see me tackling the first boss. Easy peasy Japanesey. Now, like a lot of early 32-bit games, this looked mighty impressive when you first saw it on your TV, in your living room or in your bedroom. Unlike a lot of other games of this time, like Virtua Fighter, which look pretty pitiful by today's standards, Panzer Dragoon does still impress. Gameplay wise, it can take a couple of goes to get used to it. It's one of those games, the more you play the better you get at it. You control the gunman on the back of this dragon. You can make the dragon move up and down, left and right. But essentially, as I said in the opening, this is a rail shooter. And as such, one of its great strengths, the fact that it is an awesome shoot 'em up, is also one of its biggest weaknesses. Although Sega tried to resurrect the Panzer Dragoon franchise with a release on the original Xbox, somehow I can't really see Panzer Dragoon make an appearance anytime soon on an Xbox One or PlayStation 4. Shoot 'em ups are sadly a dwindling market. But for me, of all the Sega franchises, this is the one I would like to see resurrected. I would rather see a new Panzer Dragoon than a Shenmue 3. Now before you Shenmue fans get a bit too overexcited, as much as I do love the Shenmue games, I don't see the next evolution of gaming that we were promised with all the hype and build up to its release. I see the game that figuratively and literally broke Sega. But anyway, that's enough controversy for me for one video. As first boss succumbs to my might, I'm going to end this video. That was rather piss poor, if I'm totally honest, playthrough of the first level of Panzer Dragoon. More videos will be up very soon. I'll also be doing some Neo Geo, PC Engine and Nintendo, so lots to look forward to, and my 100th video is coming up, so thanks for watching.